Tap into the minds of the innovators who challenge the status quo with new ideas, systems, and solutions. Welcome to Innovation Mavericks.
Welcome to Innovation Mavericks. I'm honored today to have with me John Bentley, who heads up Power to Transform. Great organization, great company, and we're going to talk today about individuals, leadership, accountability, how you're able to understand the importance that if you can lead yourself, you'll be able to lead others. John, it's great to have you with us here.
Greg, thanks for the opportunity, and you're in my sweet spot when it comes to leading yourself, and I look forward to sharing with you and your audience today.
Yeah, I'm a big believer of that. Have always thought that and tried to walk the talk as best I can. But I think it's a great lesson or understanding that people can find out about that really can transform their lives. So I need you to talk about yourself, and I'm going to apply the rule here. If it's fact, it ain't bragging. You had how many years in the military?
21 years in the Air Force.
Wow, thank you for serving.
You're welcome.
We can't thank you enough. So I think that's fantastic. I'd never served, but I have a deep appreciation for someone like yourself who has done that.
Thank you.
Yes, and so take us on that journey. All those years in the military, and then what happens?
Well, 21 years in the Air Force, and I got loved on in tough ways and kind ways and good ways and even in bad ways, and all were a lesson to shape me.
Sure.
And when I retired in March of 2003,
Okay.
I was fed up with the government, never going to work for them again. And would you know it, in 45 days, I was at Redstone Arsenal in Huntsville, Alabama, working for the Army as a civilian. 20 years.
Yes.
Just retired from that in December of 2023.
Okay.
But I don't call it a retirement, it's a renewal.
Okay, I like that word.
Yeah. And through that, 2 marriages, 5 children, 4 grandchildren, and my biggest passion is helping people understand the greatness in them.
Yes.
And that when they slip, trip, and fall, doesn't mean they're bad, they're broken, or fixed.
Sure.
It's just a lesson to help them get better.
Oh, absolutely, and that can apply to any age. It can apply to you whether you're in high school, college. It can apply to you if you're in your 20s, 30s. I really liked what you said also about retirement. It's not retirement. You know, it's a transformation.
Amen.
You know, it's a rejuvenation. And so it sounds like to me that in that journey, you learned about leadership from your Air Force and your career. And tell me how you decided to go forward and innovate to help others.
Well, the innovation comes in helping people solve their problems with training that's beyond theory or academic.
Okay.
When I go into an organization or work with someone one-on-one, we want to know what their biggest stuck problem is.
Okay.
And then help them understand from a mental and emotional point how to attack that. And we want to create something that's so simple for them to do right now, which it might be just as simple as taking a deep breath, clearing out your emotion, I call it your mental cache, your emotional cache, and being able to think about what's the next best step.
Okay.
I could spend all day theory about your brain and here's what emotions are, but let's give you something that requires action so you can get better now, not 6 months from now.
Right. That's good. So you've got some books out, correct?
Well, my first one was 52 Ways to Motivate Yourself, a 1-year journey for living a positive life in a complicated world.
I like that.
And it's simply just little 1-week mindset shifts that help you focus on a quote. Like one is about flexibility.
Okay.
And how do I apply flexibility to my life? Because things are going to change, things are going to happen that I don't expect, and if I sometimes approach it in the same way that I always have, I'm going to fail.
Yeah, that's the definition of insanity.
Amen.
Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
And then my second book is You Are a Gift.
Okay.
And that book was birthed after the loss of my 28-year-old daughter to prescription drug addiction.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I wandered around the wilderness for 8 years. I gained 50 pounds. I'm still carrying about 25
That's
of it.
all right. I mean, I understand.
But something clicked in me because of a friend said, John, this is not who you're meant to be. I want you, John, It's December the 11th, 2018 will be the 9-year anniversary of Natalie's death. I want you to write a letter to your future self dated December the 11th, 2023. I wrote that letter and listed everything down of what would happen and what it would look like in 2023. And would you know, because of him and help of others and folks that came alongside me, encouraged me and loved on me and counseled me, that all of that came true, which was the book, which was a foundation where we raise money to help moms overcome prescription drug addiction. And GIFT stands for God's Image Fulfilled Talent. So, Greg, you are a gift made in God's image to fulfill your talent and service to others.
Yeah, well, the feeling's mutual. That's great.
Thank you.
So did you review that letter on a regular basis?
I kept it in front of me. It was on my wall. It was in my bathroom. It was in my vehicle. Because anytime I'd have one of those moments with guilt and regret, and if I just would have, if I should have, if I could have saved Natalie, I knew that if I went back there, it would take me off the path that I'd been promised, and I wanted to continue taking those steps one at a time. I didn't need to see the whole staircase, as Martin Luther King says. I just need to know what the next step was.
Yeah.
And that let us launch that foundation, write that book, and do a lot of other great things to help people recognize that they are a gift.
That's a phenomenal story.
Thank you.
That's a great story. So yeah, I like the quote that the most disciplined people are the freest people.
Woo! I haven't heard that one. Tell me more.
Well, just from the standpoint, and you're living proof of this, you made sure you were disciplined and accountable and stayed focused on your goals. And also, I guess I need to say this. There was a little bit of craziness there.
Ooh.
And what I mean by that is there are probably some people like, John, I don't know, but you stuck with it.
That's right.
I always say innovators are on the cusp of crazy. And when you get on the cusp of crazy, you start to understand, hey, I've got something here.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this innovation, and I'm so passionate about it. It doesn't matter if I trip, stumble, whatever, I'm going to get back up. So what was your biggest, in getting that foundation, what was your biggest hurdle to overcome there?
Being willing to ask for help and accept it.
Oh, that's a great line. That's super.
Because I grew up being taught that you do everything yourself. You can't trust others. Be careful because somebody's nice to you that they're getting ready to stick something in you.
Sure.
And so it was learning to go, wow, people love me and care about me, and they want to see this happen.
They want it to happen. Yeah.
They're donating money. They're finding other people that can help.
Yeah.
They're offering suggestions. They're helping you do the heavy lifting.
Sure.
And that was different for me, especially at 50, 51 years of age, where I'm used to doing everything on my own.
Right. Sure. And then in terms of building the infrastructure of that foundation, how did you get into that? Or did you get somebody else to help you run it?
I got somebody to help me form it.
Okay.
And I've got 3 board members, and I've got my daughter and a friend who are also help with that.
Right.
And the primary purpose is I'm not out asking for donations.
Okay.
I have a couple of people that do donate money. We do a couple of events a year. My why, though, now, Greg, is since I have renewed, I'm fortunate that I don't have to work. So every dime that comes into my services or from my services goes into the foundation. The ultimate goal is over the next 5 years is to raise anywhere from $250,000 to $500,000 through my services.
Right.
And some donations.
Sure.
And then give that to a faith-based inpatient treatment center as a scholarship in Natalie's name.
Oh, that's great.
That's the goal.
And that's a vision.
Yes, sir.
I understand not only you have the books, but you also speak a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Okay.
It's working with those CEOs who are overwhelmed, who are putting out fires they shouldn't be. They're working too much in the business, and it's because their leaders have not been deliberately developed. Now, here's what I mean by that.
Yeah, keep going on that.
Any
That's important.
leaders in an organization must learn and model the values of that organization.
I totally agree with that.
Because those values are the fuel that drive your mission, which is your engine, which leads you to your destination, which is your vision.
Sure.
And so I focus on helping those leaders. Any training we do, any coaching, we always go back, how does this help me model the values?
Right.
So what that helped me recognize through my speaking is about inspiring ownership. I got to own my behavior.
Okay.
The training, the workshops is about expanding the vision.
Okay.
Now the Leadership Academy,
Yes.
that's about sustaining the vision.
Okay.
That's where the work really happens, and,
Right.
and people are able to move forward quicker. One organization I worked with grew 40% in 2 years, twice the industry standard, because their leaders learned how to model the values. of
That's
the organization.
fantastic. So let me ask this: so did that come about because in Innovation Mavericks you also get rejections? You get people go, I don't like that idea, or nah, we'll wait, or we'll think about it, and everything. And you have to believe in what you're doing. That's part of that maverick. You're going to keep going regardless. But in that, did that start with maybe one person that came to a workshop, a conversation that came about, and then did that progress then where you're in front of the key executives? Tell us that story.
Yes and yes and yes.
Yeah.
So it's 2009. I'm in Barnes & Noble, and I see a lady pulling books off the shelf, and one of them was The 4 Elements of Success by Laurie Beth Jones.
Okay.
That book is around personalities and profiles.
Yeah.
Great resource. I
me.
use it in what I do to help others.
Right.
She turns around, comes to me and said, don't be scared. I don't normally come in a bookstore like this. The only book I read is the Bible, and I prayed that God would send me someone to help me develop myself. Now, what do you do?
Right.
Well, I help leaders who are leading change teach their employees how to manage their emotions through the transition so the change will be successful quicker.
Yeah.
What? That struck up a relationship, 2 pro bonos, then a small leadership class for her and 9 others. Then the CEO asked me to do an offsite with him. I did that, and when I walked out, he followed me and said, I want you to be my on-call organizational development specialist. I had no clue what that was. My response, I will.
Yeah. Sure.
And so when it started with an individual meeting, went
Sure.
to a group of 9 or 10, went to working with 36 managers and 4 CEOs.
Yeah.
And that was really what gave me the courage to say, wow, you can do this.
Yeah.
You can do this.
Right.
Just use your gifts and be there and help others.
Sure. Well, tell me about, I heard about this Thrive Chattanooga.
Yeah.
What's Thrive Chattanooga? And I heard maybe you're going to do one in Birmingham. Is that correct? Or-
Potentially Birmingham,
Yeah.
potentially Huntsville, depending on, sponsorships and things of that
Right.
nature. I've had on my heart small businesses,
Okay.
professionals and organizations who can't get training or development.
Right.
And I thought about what are 3 things that businesses need today, that leaders need today? Well, they need to know how to amplify their leadership.
Okay.
They need to know how to elevate their well-being,
Right.
and they need to know how to grow their business or grow themselves.
Right.
And so a friend of mine,
They go together.
They do, all three. So a friend of mine, Vincent Phipps, certified speaking professional, travels around the U.S. speaking. Him and I just said, hey, do we want to do this, and what would it look like? Well, Vincent had the speakers, I had the idea, and we found a little small venue, put Thrive Chattanooga together, and the feedback we got, best conference I've ever been to.
Okay.
We kept speakers at 20 minutes each, so it was kind of like a TED Talk, but we called them Thrive Talks.
Right.
And each speaker would cover a different component of leadership, well-being, or business growth.
Okay.
And we kept it engaged and moving.
Yeah.
And what we're wanting to do is help people recognize that you can't sit behind the desk, you can't just read a book, you can't take an online course. You got to be around other people and be involved with them to lift each other up and to network in order to continue to move toward your goals and your vision.
Sure.
It's a one-day event, normally 8:30 to 3:30. We provide lunch. We provide massage chairs. You get headshots. So we want to make it a day where you feel like, wow, what I spent to be here, I got 10 times that value.
Right. So in terms of the maverick mindset, you've already done a lot of maverick mindsets in the way you've broken the mold or looked at different ways to communicate. Anything you want to share with our audience that going forward you think would be something you'd love to implement, or if you had to do it over again, wish you had moved on something faster?
Is people ask me what's different about my leadership programs. I said I don't start with skills, I start with the person.
Okay.
And here's what I mean by that, is I've got to understand my emotional triggers. What is it that I react to that causes me to slip, trip, and sometimes fall? And when I know those triggers and can then manage those, that they become data, not a directive, that no matter what environment I walk into, no matter how fast it's moving, that I can be present and help other people do the same thing. So with whatever time we have, with whatever information we have, we can make the best decision in that moment to move us toward our vision, our goal, what we're trying to accomplish.
Right.
So the ability to be able to amplify leading yourself without blowing up or clamming up and do the same for others is more important now than it's ever been.
And your book that's coming out is I Lead Me.
On November the 4th, which is the launch date.
What we're going to do here at Five Plan Partners, and on November 4th, when your book comes out, the first 10 people that share it with others, we will send them a hard copy
Yes, sir.
of the book. And I'm excited about that.
Perfect.
So you can't, you have to be a constant learner. You have to be a constant reader. And so we're big believers on that. And sometimes we say we're frustrated educators who like to share knowledge, have debate and discussion, and
Yes.
understand how others think. So it's great to have you here today.
Thank you, Greg. I appreciate it very much.
Yeah, very much. So you see now why we had John on here today. I'm excited about this video. We hope you share it with others, and just know that we appreciate you. We also want to say to you that here at Five Plan Partners and in relation to Innovation Mavericks, we're striving every day to see to it that people have better, richer, fuller lives. And look out for the next Innovation Mavericks coming your way, which you will also get glimpses of that on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, our podcast, other social media outlets. We thank you for watching today. Take care.